Night of the Living Dead.
I'm Cecilia Peck, inviting you to join me along with some very special guests as we journey into the world of the undead and Evans City, Pennsylvania for an amazing and frightening episode of Lights, Camera, Location.
Night of the Living Dead is a film all about surviving the first known ghoul attack, or zombie as we'd call them now, in western Pennsylvania.
After a very long drive, Johnny and Barbara have finally reached their destination. I'm sure you'll recognize the quick right-hand turn where the road starts up the hill. That road has just become a one-way street to a foreboding place from where you can never return. Uh-oh, something is just not right. And talk about foreshadowing, Johnny just wants to get going, so he basically tries to scare Barbara into the car with one of the most famous lines in horror movie history.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Well, my most notable line, they're coming to get you, Barbara, that was actually a scripted line. And it was part of the taunting that Johnny was doing to annoy his sister, because he was basically annoyed about being there in the first place. But that was one of the written lines. So I can't take credit for it, but it certainly has become an iconic line in the world of horror films.
With me now are two people who are near and dear to the Living Dead story. It's my pleasure to introduce Gary Streiner, the producer and sound technician from Night of the Living Dead, and Ella Mae Smith, the oldest living resident of Evans City, who appeared as one of the ghouls. This headstone has become so popular, visitors to the cemetery, or more notably, super devoted Living Dead fans, often leave little tokens. The nice part is, these are a sincere gesture of thanks and respect for Mr. Kramer's role as the most famous posthumous actor in all of cinema. If you remember, I'm here to show you the Farmhouse Basement. And here we are. This is the very basement used in Night of the Living Dead. How cool is this? That's right, the Latent Image offices were just upstairs. Movie magic and brilliant editing isn't reserved just for spaceships and dinosaurs. The way this location was pieced together with the farmhouse was Romero's way of adding realism and making the story come to life. Why these scenes were not filmed at the actual farmhouse is very simple.
When we made the deal for the farmhouse in Evans City, it was lacking one ingredient, one key location that we needed, and that was the basement of the house. The basement of the house was simply too shallow to film in. So how we solved that problem was we used the basement of our office building in downtown Pittsburgh on Fort Pitt Boulevard. George and I, our business was in that building for quite a few years. The owner of the building was okay with us using the basement, so we movie pretended that the basement and the house were attached to one another, and indeed they were separated by about 32 miles.
I'm Cecilia Peck, inviting you to join us next time, if you're not among the undead, for another great episode of Lights, Camera, Location.